Seeing the knife he carried floating in the air, the boy's face suddenly turned furious. But then, seeing the compass spinning wildly in his hand, he realized the magnetic field here was incredibly strong. Without the compass's guidance, Sean mustered his courage and continued forward. Unexpectedly, before he had taken a few steps, he discovered that the rocks beneath his feet were floating in the air, influenced by the magnetic field. To escape this strange canyon, he could only step on the floating rocks. Fortunately, he was short, so a few small rocks could lift him up. So he carefully jumped from rock to rock, finally making it across the canyon's center. But as inertia took over, he found himself in a state of paralysis. Those floating rocks nearly put him in danger. Fortunately, after 2.5 years of collisions, he was finally shielded by the other side and bounced back. Sean was able to narrowly cross the canyon. Before he could breathe a sigh of relief, he saw a giant Tyrannosaurus staring at him, its eyes filled with ferocity. Terrified, Sean turned and ran. The Tyrannosaurus was hot on his heels. Seeing no place to hide, he took the risk of jumping into a cave. As the cave wall met Ah Wei, who was looking for him, he immediately ran to the rock wall to search. However, he saw that the Tyrannosaurus had already knocked the cave entrance open. In this critical moment, Sean could only cling to the rock wall and desperately shouted for help. At this critical moment, Ah Wei suddenly picked up a stick and smashed it hard against the rock wall. Surprisingly, the seemingly solid limestone wall was shattered by several blows, creating a large hole. This gave Sean a chance to escape. He immediately pulled Sean out of the dangerous cave. Although he successfully rescued him, the Tyrannosaurus Rex broke through the rock wall and pursued them. Clearly unable to outrun the behemoth, the two men leaped onto the massive dinosaur skull and slid down the cracks toward the fountain below. Strangely, the water in the river was dwindling. The water had evaporated completely due to the excessive heat, and sharp rocks gradually emerged from the water. In the end, even the skull lost control and fell into the cave. In the critical moment, Ah Wei quickly threw a flare, aiming it at the cracked cliff. The flare spun several times in the air before crashing hard into the cliff face, miraculously igniting the coal hidden in the cracks. Explosions echoed, and large and small holes were blown into the cliff face. The next second, a large amount of volcanic magma gushed out like a flood. River water poured back into the magma in the crater. Finally, the three of them lay on the giant dinosaur skull, swiftly carried high into the sky, and landed in a lush vineyard near the crater. Thus, their adventure to the center of the earth came to a safe end. The film ends. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.